Saquon Barkley, Derrick Henry, Bijan Robinson, Jahmyr Gibbs. These are the names that have revolutionized the NFL running back renaissance, if you will. Spending top dollar or first-round picks on running backs suddenly matters again. It is finally no longer a devaluing position. The days of needing a good running back have returned. So with that, let's dive into our 2025 rankings of all 32 number one running backs from worst to first. Number 32, Javonte Williams, Dallas Cowboys. After curiously letting 1K rusher Rico Dowdle walk to free agency, the Cowboys signed Williams and Miles Sanders to duke it out with Jalen Blue for the RB1 job. No matter who wins it, this already feels like the worst RB situation in football. Williams, the presumed Week 1 starter, had 903 rushing yards as a rookie on the Denver Broncos in 2021. And, he hasn't come anywhere close to those numbers ever since. Number 31, Jerome Ford, Cleveland Browns. Rookies Dylan Sampson and Quinshon Judkins will also compete for the RB1 job, but Ford is presumably the Week 1 starter because of his experience and familiarity in the offense. Ford looked like the future RB1 in Cleveland in 2023, rushing for 813 yards and 4 touchdowns after Nick Chubb's season-ending injury. But Ford failed to build off that in 2024, tallying just 566 rushing yards and 3 TDs. Number 30, Jaylen Warren, Pittsburgh Steelers. The Steelers let 4-time 1,000-yard rusher Najee Harris walk in free agency, so they're obviously feeling pretty good about a combo of Warren and rookie Caleb Johnson out of Iowa. Warren had his best season in 2023, rushing for 784 yards and 4 touchdowns as the number 2 behind Harris. An extended workload could help Warren enjoy a career year in 2025, but he ranks low because of the strong possibility that Johnson wins the RB1 gig. Number 29, Brian Robinson Jr., Washington Commanders. With dual-threat QB Jane Daniels leading the offense now, it might be a while until we see a Washington running back post eye-popping numbers. At any rate, the Brian Robinson Jr. Austin Eckler duo proved to be more than serviceable last year. Eckler is more of a pass-catching back, while Robinson has proven to be Mr. Reliable with 3 straight 700-yard seasons and a limited role. Number 28, J.K. Dobbins, Denver Broncos. There's a good possibility here that rookie R.J. Harvey will eventually take over as the starting running back. Bottom line is that both Dobbins and Harvey will get meaningful snaps, though. The Broncos signed Dobbins to a 1-year deal after a career year with the Bolts in which he rushed for 905 yards and 9 touchdowns. If he can win the RB1 battle with Harvey, Dobbins will be in a good spot to hit 1,000 yards rushing for the first time in his career. Number 27, Travis Etienne Jr., Jacksonville Jaguars. Etienne looked like he was on his way to becoming a top 10 running back when he logged consecutive 1,000-yard seasons in 2022 and 2023. But the Clemson product had a rough 2024 campaign and lost his starting job to Tank Bigsby, who averaged nearly a full yard more per carry. One could argue that Etienne's track record warrants a higher rating, but it's essentially a toss-up between him and Bigsby for the RB1 job, making this a tough ranking. And if the Jags are out of the playoff race mid-season, well, Etienne will be a hot candidate to be traded at the deadline. Number 26, Isaiah Pacheco, Kansas City Chiefs. The Chiefs will never have a premium running back as long as Patrick Mahomes is running the show. I mean, remember, they haven't had a 1,000-yard rusher since Kareem Hunt in 2017. Pacheco missed all but 7 games last year after suffering a fractured fibula in Week 2. But he has exceeded 800 rushing yards in his 2 healthy seasons and was pivotal in KC's back-to-back Super Bowl winning teams. His stats aren't flashy, but hey, he's more than suitable as KC's RB1. Number 25, Tyrone Tracy Jr., New York Giants. Tracy was one of the few bright spots on a horrible Giants team last year, rushing for 839 yards and 5 touchdowns. Not bad for a rookie 5th-round pick out of Purdue. Hey, as long as he's healthy, there's no reason that Tracy can't top his stellar rookie numbers. You know, unless rookie Cam Scatterbo unexpectedly emerges as the Giants' new lead RB. Number 24, DeAndre Swift, Chicago Bears. It's anybody's guess as to how many carries Swift will get in the Bears' pass-heavy offense that added Colston Loveland and Luther Burden III to the mix, but there's no competition behind him for Chicago's RB1 job, so not much is going for him. One of the league's best pass-catching backs, Swift had a career-high 1,345 yards of offense last season. Repeating that will be hard, though, especially with Chicago loading up on pass-catching weapons for Caleb Williams. Number 23, Ramondre Stevenson, New England Patriots. Stevenson's career has been a mixed bag through 4 seasons, 606, 1,040, 619, and then 801 rushing yards. Kinda like a new Family Guy episode these days, you just don't really know what you're gonna get. The Patriots' decision to use a second-round pick on Ohio State running back Travion Henderson proves that the Pats don't view Stevenson as a legitimate RB1. He might be the starter come week 1, but there's a good possibility of a split workload or Henderson taking over as the RB1 later on in the season. Number 22, Aaron Jones, Minnesota Vikings. The longtime Packer turned in a career-high 1,138 rushing yards in his first season with the Vikings, earning a 2-year extension worth $20 million as a result. But with Minnesota trading for one of the league's better RB2s in Jordan Mason, we're not sure what Jones's workload will look like. Oh well, at any rate, he is still highly reliable and should remain a force in Kevin O'Connell's offense. Number 21, Tony Pollard, Tennessee Titans. Proving that he wasn't just a product of the Cowboys' offense, Pollard recorded his third straight 1,000-yard season. Playing on football's worst team of 2024 didn't faze Pollard at all, who set a new career high with 1,079 rushing yards. Rookie QB Cam Ward will run the ball plenty too, so we'll see if that affects Pollard's workload. But otherwise, the Titans and fantasy owners know what they have here. A safe and reliable RB1 who can get you 1,000 yards, but won't necessarily challenge for rushing crowns or all-pro honors. Number 20, Chuba Hubbard, Carolina Panthers. After replacing Miles Sanders as Carolina's lead RB1 in the midst of the 2023 season, Hubbard made the most of his full-time starting role in 2024, recording career highs with 1,195 rushing yards and 10 touchdowns. What can he do for an encore? Well, stay tuned. Number 19, Kenneth Walker III, Seattle Seahawks. Injuries have prevented Walker from building off his superb rookie year that saw him log 1,050 yards and 9 touchdowns. He averaged just 52.1 yards per game last season, putting him on pace of just under 900 in a full season. A contract year and the presence of Zach Charbonnet, one of the league's best handcuffs, means that motivation won't be an issue for Walker. He is playing for his job and a hefty multi-year deal in free agency. No pressure, kid. No pressure. Number 18, Breece Hall, New York Jets. Hall is in the good but not great category. He had 994 rushing yards and 5 touchdowns in 2023, but underwhelmed a bit with 876 yards and 5 touchdowns in year 2. His rushing totals aren't high, but Hall is awfully productive as a pass-catching back. A dual-threat QB like Justin Fields could help spark Hall's production, but we also said a healthy Aaron Rodgers would see Hall break out last year, and, well, that didn't happen. Number 17, Alvin Kamara, New Orleans Saints. This do-it-all RB has been a model of consistency for the Saints, exceeding 1,100 yards of offense in each of his 8 seasons. Kamara actually had a career-high 950 rushing yards in 2024 despite missing 3 games, avoiding the well-documented running back before 30 wall. But the Tyler Shuck Spencer Rattler QB room is easily the worst in football. Opposing defenses will surely lock in on Kamara more than usual and dare the Saints QBs to beat them in the air. So a down year for Kamara is very much a possibility. Number 16, Omarion Hampton, Los Angeles Chargers. The prized rookie out of North Carolina is the projected Bolts starter, but he'll have to produce early enough and to hold off veteran Najee Harris from stealing his job. Hey, you know, that's a good problem for the Bolts to have. But considering the Chargers used a first-round pick on Hampton, it's safe to guess that he'll be featured aplenty all over the field. And we all know how obsessed Jim Harbaugh is with running the ball. Number 15, Chase Brown, Cincinnati Bengals. Brown went off in 2024 after a forgettable rookie year, rushing for 990 yards and 7 touchdowns to go along with 960 receiving yards. It's just, if he didn't miss 1 game, Brown would have had his first 1K season. Now, he is tough to rank because he plays in a pass-heavy Bengals offense featuring Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, and T. Higgins. But man, if he stays healthy, there is no reason that Brown can't top last year's numbers. Number 14, Devon Achane, Miami Dolphins. Achane could be a top 10 starting RB or a bottom 5, or heck, somewhere in between. He's honestly a really tough case to project. But at any rate, 907 rushing yards and 1,499 yards of offense was impressive considering Tua Tagovailoa missed valuable time last year. With Raheem Mostert gone, there is no running back to challenge Achane for the lead job. But this is also a pass-heavy offense in Miami. So take your guess as to how much action Achane in the running game will actually get. Number 13, Joe Mixon, Houston Texans. Despite missing 3 games, Mixon logged 1,016 rushing yards and 11 touchdowns in his first season with the Texans, earning his 2nd Pro Bowl nod. Mixon isn't overly flashy or elite, but hey, he's reliable, an ideal and fairly paid running back to complement the CJ Stroud-led passing game. I mean, 5 1,000-yard seasons kind of speak for itself. Number 12, James Conner, Arizona Cardinals. As hard as it is to believe, but the last 2 seasons mark Conner's only 1,000-yard seasons. And he's 30 now. What is it that they say about aging like fine wine again? Conner and Kyler Murray have been a dream pairing, at least for fantasy football owners. He's logged over 1,000 yards from scrimmage in 4 straight years. The man is a model of consistency. Number 11, Bucky Irving, Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Irving was one of the top rookie surprises of 2024, going from unknown 4th-round pick to the new shining star in the Sunshine State. Irving took over the RB1 job from Rachaad White, racking up 1,122 yards and 8 touchdowns. Now, a big sophomore year awaits in Tampa. Number 10, Ashton Jeanty, Las Vegas Raiders. Alright, this might seem a bit too high of a ranking to some, considering that Jeanty hasn't even played an NFL snap. But the Raiders did not use the number 6 pick on Jeanty for nothing. Pete Carroll, who loves running the ball more than most other coaches, will make Jeanty the focal point of his offense, and the results will be beautiful. Number 9, James Cook, Buffalo Bills. The 2-time Pro Bowler ended his hold-in after the preseason opener and was awarded a 4-year contract extension worth $48 million, a fair price for one of the league's hard-running RBs. Buffalo didn't have a single 1K rusher from 2018 to 2022. Cook has changed that by hitting 4 digits in consecutive years. If Buffalo decides to cut back on the amount of hits Josh Allen takes as a runner, well, Cook could push for 1,500 yards plus. Number 8, Kyren Williams, Los Angeles Rams. From a little-known 5th-round pick to consecutive 1,000-yard seasons and a $33 million extension, life has sure been kind to Williams as of late. Williams posted career highs with 1,299 running yards and 14 touchdowns last season. With Matthew Stafford nursing a back injury, the Rams may lean on Williams more than usual in 2025. And hey, why not? Few RBs can take over a game at any given moment like him. Number 7, Jonathan Taylor, Indianapolis Colts. After being limited to 21 total games in 2022 and 2023, Taylor had a beautiful bounce-back campaign with 1,431 rushing yards, 4th most in the league, and 11 touchdowns on a lousy Colts squad. The Colts' uncertainty at QB means that Taylor's workload will continue to be awfully heavy, provided that he stays healthy. But man, when he's on his game and at full strength, Taylor plays like a top 5 running back. Number 6, Christian McCaffrey, San Francisco 49ers. When healthy, Run CMC is the best running back in the game. But he's missed double-digit games in 3 of the last 5 seasons, including 13 contests alone last year. He honestly might be the toughest one to rank here. I mean, if he stays healthy, McCaffrey could reclaim his spot as the NFL's number 1 running back. But missed considerable time again, and I don't think he's going to crack the top 15 next year. Hopefully, we get a healthy McCaffrey for 2025. I mean, at his best, few players are as explosive and entertaining to watch. Number 5, Josh Jacobs, Green Bay Packers. The Packers got excellent returns in year 1 of their $48 million investment on Jacobs, who rushed for 1,329 yards and a career-high 15 touchdowns last season. The old Aaron Jones-A.J. Dillon tandem was great and all, but neither are as flashy or explosive as Jacobs. He added another element to the Jordan Love-led offense and should be in contention for his second rushing crown. Number 4, Bijan Robinson, Atlanta Falcons. After a stellar rookie year, Robinson entered superstar territory by rushing for 1,456 yards and 14 touchdowns last season for his first career Pro Bowl nod. Playing behind one of the league's best O-lines, there is no reason that Robinson can't post better numbers in year 3. I mean, he figures to be the focal point of Atlanta's offense as Michael Penix Jr. transitions into the permanent starting QB role. Number 3, Jahmyr Gibbs, Detroit Lions. Despite having to share the backfield with fellow star David Montgomery, Gibbs had a lights-out season in 2024 with 1,412 rushing yards and 16 touchdowns, tied for the league lead. Also prolific as a pass catcher, Gibbs totaled 1,929 yards of offense and a league-leading 20 touchdowns from scrimmage. Montgomery will get his touches, but Gibbs is the undisputed RB1 in Detroit. Man, remember when everyone freaked out over the Lions using a first-round pick on him in 2023? Number 2, Derrick Henry, Baltimore Ravens. Yeesh, so much for the notion that running backs are done by 30. In his first year with Lamar Jackson, King Henry rushed for 1,921 yards and 16 touchdowns, tied for the most in football. At the age of 30, this was the second best season of Henry's career. Look, we all know he's bound for the Hall of Fame. The last question is whether Henry will win a Super Bowl before his career ends. Number 1, Saquon Barkley, Philadelphia Eagles. Barkley is coming off arguably the greatest season ever for an NFL running back. He joined the 2,000-yard club and could have broken Eric Dickerson's single-season rushing record if Philly didn't rest him for their Week 18 contest. But hey, 2,005 rushing yards, 13 touchdowns, Offensive Player of the Year honors, and a Super Bowl 59 championship will do. That historic season led to a 2-year, $41.2 million extension. Now, odds are that Barkley won't post a similar season, but come on, he is still the league's number 1 RB. On the defending champions, running behind the league's best O-line. There is just no disputing this. Saquon is number 1. But hey, what changes would you make to our rankings of all 32 number 1 NFL running backs? Do you agree with our list? Let us know in the comment section below. If you like this video and learned a thing or two, then hey, clicking that like button helps us out a ton. And you know, we really appreciate it. If this is your first time coming around to TPS though, then subscribing is a great idea because we put out videos like this every single day. But as always, thanks for watching and we'll see you guys next time.